we left the river and we flew over to back here to the, not to the mainland, because the river was on the mainland too. But it takes an hour and 15 minutes, and it's one of those planes that used to be workhorses. It's had 20 seats in it, or 21 seats, you know, and real old, and they piled all our luggage under seats, you know, and there was no stewardess to say the air is over here and the thing is going to come down, because no thing is going to come down. And there was, we says, oh, there's no one to pass out mints, no. And so we just sat down, no one to tell us to fasten our seat belt or anything. We just sat down there and reached under to see if there was a life preserver under the seat. It says it's there, but there was none underneath there. It was just baggage. And we just flew. It had 2 propellers on it, and pilot was up front, and all at once Betty says, look, 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 he's reading a newspaper. He was reading a newspaper while he was flying. But have no fear, he knew what was going to happen. But when those things come down, I'm telling you, when they take off, I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We were airborne. And when they come down, yeah, they go boom, and you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the engine is off. It's the fastest thing you ever saw in your life. It's just a little squat plane. I don't know what kind it is, but it was real fast. Well, Ralph is pooped out on the bed. He's had trouble with his hips. I don't know what we're going to do with that. I think I'm going to turn him in and get a new one. He's having trouble, and he's got to go to the doc and find out what the heck is going on. We got a couple more gals on the trip too with back trouble, but theirs is something else. So we'll see. I'll talk to you later. We'll get back with you when something more happens. Back again. Well, I'll tell you, they have the most wonderful kites here. They've got giant boxes, and that's this kite way up in the air. And then there's another one that's got a long line and something way up there. And then on the line is wings going down the string, maybe 100 wings. And it flies real high. I looked, and there was one, and then I would come back and looked again, and there was 4 of them all there. It was just something to see. So anyway, and they sell a lot of kites here. So we were eating dinner, and I asked the gal for a piece of cake in the corner there. And I said, I want that coconut cake over there. And she says, no, we don't have any coconut cake. And I said, yes, you do. It's right there. It was a display case, you know, and they had cakes sitting there, pieces of cake, you know. And she says, no, that's cheesecake. And I could see the coconut on top of it, the white coconut, you know. No, cheesecake. So Jim, I said, no, I don't want that. I got something else. And Jim, he orders it. He orders it. Just to see, you know. And it was cheese. It was cheese on top of the cake. It was white cheese, and it looked just like coconut. And I said, what was it? It was cheese on top of a pound cake. And so she said it was cheesecake. And by the way, it wasn't good. Jim says, I says, how was that? And he says, well, if my mother made it, I'd give her a good talking too. So it wasn't no good. And I got another piece, and it looked like a nice little pound cake with raisins in it, and it looked good, you know. Well, Betty says, get that. There's only 2 pieces left. It must be a good seller. Well, I tell you, it'll never sell, because I couldn't even cut it with my knife. It was unbelievable. Well, we laughed so much. That's the crazy things that happen on a trip that makes it fun.